Amy's tights. I remember having a thing for tights when I was about 19 or 20. I lived with roommates which were two older females, Amy and Melissa. Things were hard for us. We all had 2 jobs just to keep up with rent. So a lot of the time, I was home alone because our schedules were very different. Amy was the one I mostly saw due to this, so me and her were closer than me and Melissa. One night both of them were out with their mates, and I was doing some laundry when I noticed a pair of Amy's tights near the washing machine. Melissa never wore tights, so I knew they were Amy's. I had to pick them up and feel them. They were so soft and sexy, a pair of tan tights. Then I started to have some fun there, and then I cleaned up and felt strange and thought that I was some kind of freak. The next morning before work, Amy came down and asked Melissa had she seen her clean skirt. And as I looked up there, she was in just her work blouse, tie, and black tights. I know it's wrong, but I got so excited as I watched her bend over and see her white knickers through her lovely tights. I knew then that I had to try them tights on. I guess I should tell you, I haven't told my roommates that I was a lesbian. I was new and didn't feel it necessary to tell them. As far as their sexuality, I knew they were straight as far as I knew. That night when they were both out, I went straight into Amy's room and straight into her laundry basket, and there they were on top, all rolled up with the knickers still in there. I took them straight back to my room and just started to sniff them around the feet and gusset area, and they smelled so good. And then I pulled them on and just lay on my bed feeling the sexiest I had ever felt in my life. Then when I was done, I would put them back and regret what I had done. I kept this up for a couple of months, each time getting more daring. One time I threw her whole tights collection on her bed. Then I laid down and started having some personal fun, if you know what I mean. Always cleaning up and putting everything back. It was great. I also had a great time with my best friend of the time. I used to bring her over when I had the house to myself and we had fun in tights. Anyway, there I was one night with a pair of her tights and sniffing another pair in her bedroom when she walked in on me. "What the fuck are you doing, you little pervert? Get out of my room." I just ran out and into my room. I just lay under the dark covers, worried about what happened. A bit later, she came into my room with a smile on her face, and in a laughing tone she asked, "So we need to talk about this." She said, "Are you a lesbian?" "Maybe," I said. "So that explains why some tights were always a bit wet sometimes, huh, you naughty girl?" she said while playfully smacking me with them over the head. "So you knew?" I asked. "Of course I knew," she said. "Who else would it be but you? Melissa hates wearing tights, so that only left you." Then I begged her not to tell Melissa, and she agreed, as long as I bought her all new tights and modelled them for her on occasion. Things got a whole lot more fun around the house. I was Amy's personal tights pet. Sometimes after work, she would let me massage her feet as long as she had tights on. Then she would give me her old tights and we would go shopping together. She would tease me as we tried on tights. Eventually, I moved into my own flat, leaving Melissa behind, but me and Amy stayed in touch. She would come over and me and her, well, let's just say we did more than just model tights for each other, but that's a story for another time.